My name is Javon, and I found my apartment on Zumper.
All right, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is CharlesEllroy, and we've got a great game for you today presented by Hextech Championships. It's going to be Baladia versus Hong GF Esports. They're getting into the draft right now, so we're going to take a look and see what they decide to pick and ban for this game here. The side of blue is going to be Baladia. The side of red is going to be Hong GF Esports. And they're going to take out Lulu first. I love the Lulu band. She is super strong right now. A lot of peel. A lot of buffs to the ADC. Her ult makes it really hard to dive as well as the polymorph, so I like what I'm seeing there. Darius is also going to get banned, which makes me think I know who they want to play top. We'll see if it comes true or not. Thank you very much for tuning in, Dumbledore. Which team you rooting for? It looks like Hong GF Esports. Twisted O's is my hero. Hey, what's up, Ready V? And we got the Mundo band. A very quick Zhao band, which makes sense. He's very strong right now. And Mundo is also strong. The third band going to come out of Baladia for this first half of the draft, and we'll get to see what it is. Looks like Diana is going to be hovered for the band. It's a strong pick. She can be flexed mid and jungle, and her team ult. Her ult can influence a team fight very strongly. The final band going to come out of Hong GF Esports. They've got the Darius. They've got the Zhao. Let's see what they decide to go with for the last ban. Taking it down to the wire. Irelia. She's still really strong. I love the pick. All right. Baladia is going to get the B1 pick here. Let's see what they put Prio on for their team comp. They're going to hover the Sett and lock it in. Sett very strong right now. Could be flexed in the top lane and can be flexed onto the support role. He's able to get to the back line and soak up a lot of damage and can be very influential in the game. I love the Sett pick. I think that's really great. All right, we have the Xayah locked in. Xayah is relatively strong in lane right now. I think there's some other ADCs that are a little bit better, but they probably have a good game plan for it, so I want to see what they follow up with, if they go for support or if they go for another role here. And if you're watching the game in the comments, let me know about what you're thinking about the draft as we go on. I love to interact with everybody and get a little bit of action going on, so I'm happy to talk to you. They're going to go with the Rell. I think the Rell's a good choice there. Her E-stun is really nice. The amount of output that she's able to do in terms of getting in onto the backline with her jump and her ult pair really well together, so I think that'll be nice. Let's see what Baladia decides to do with B2. Hovering the Lee Sin. Are they going to lock it in? Taking it down to the wire. Yes, they are. So we're going to get to see a Lee Sin. Now, he can be flex top and into the jungle role. I imagine it'll be jungle, but I'd love to be proved wrong here. So let's see what happens with the rest of the picks. But Lee Sin is a strong champion right now. And the Xayah. Xayah locked in. I love the Xayah pick. Her ult getting a little bit extra cooldown, so it's up more often, allowing her to disengage and run away if she needs to. Also, a great little attack engage if you need to get some feathers down and try and lock up a stun. All right. The Slim Pizza saying he thinks Baladia's got the easy win so far. They're hovering the Urgot top, and they're going to lock it in. Okay. I thought with the Darius ban, they might be looking at Tahm Kench. So far, Darius has been the only solid counter into the Tahm Kench to kind of slow him down that I've seen so far. But either way, we're on to the second half of the ban phase for this match. And they're going to deny the Rakan. Yep, no lovers duo this game. We'll have to see what they decide to pair with the Xayah for their support since Rakan has been taken away. Excuse me. And it looks like Akali, maybe Fiddlestick. The Fid going to get the ban. I haven't seen a Fid ban here in a couple weeks, so that's kind of nice to see. Refreshing. The final ban going to come out of Hong GF Esports here. We'll have to see what they opt for. They still have... well, it's kind of hard to determine. Sett can be flex top or support. Lee Sin can be going top or jungle. So the only really solid one they have are maybe support and mid. Then they're going to go ahead and use it on the Sylas ban. Wise choice. Sylas, even after the nerf from this last patch, still really strong. Hard to trade with in lane with his Kingslayer. And if he goes Everfrost, Abduct, Abscond, it makes it almost impossible for him to miss. The last ban going to come through for Baladia. They're looking at mid and jungle bans. They took out the fiddle. What are they going to put on Prio for the last ban here? If you can guess it in 4 seconds, we'll talk. Okay, they're going to do the Akali. All right, R4 pick coming up right now. Very likely looking for a mid or a jungler here. I would assume they are probably going to show the jungle pick and leave mid for the absolute counter, but let's find out what they decide to do. They've picked Gwen. Now, I've seen Gwen go top often, but I have seen her in the jungle role. I don't know if that's what they're planning on. With Urgot picked, I mean, I've also seen Urgot jungle. These are not common picks. I'm not, saying that's definitely what's going to happen, but I've seen these things played out before like that, so I'd be interested to see where they end up putting everybody. The Lillia going to be hovered. I love a Lillia jungle game. I think that's very fun. She's also able to play in different lanes, so I want to see what we have going on here. That could be Lee Sin top, Lillia jungle, Sett and Xayah in the bot lane, and then we got a mid lane pick coming up. If you have any idea what's going on with the draft, let me know. I'd be interested to see your thoughts. And they've got Kennen. They're going to lock in the Kennen. Okay. I'm all right with the little Kennen action. Let's see what the last pick is going to be. Could be a jungler, could be a mid. Hell, at this point, it could even be a top. Who knows what they're running with right now? That is going to be the Echo pick, it looks like. They're hovering for it. They got a couple seconds left to change their mind. And they do. They go over to the Kassadin right as I was starting to write it down in my notes. Awesome. Thank you. So, guys, we've got the team comp of Baladia running with Sett, Lee Sin, Xayah, Lillia, and Kennen. And we've got Hong GF Esports running with Xayah, Rell, Urgot, Gwen, and Kassadin. We're going to go ahead and get into the picking phase right now as they decide where everything's going to go. Let's take a look. All the band's going to come through. I like the team comps. I think they're a little, they're different. They're not what I normally get to see, right? I haven't been seeing a whole lot of Kassadin played. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of Lillia played. Kennen is for sure a sneaky little pick, so I'm excited to see these kind of picks. I want to see how it works out in-game, and we'll break that down a little bit in the 3-minute delay between where they ready up and when the game starts for us. If you're just joining us, we've got Baladia on the side of blue, Hong GF Esports on the side of red. We've got some interesting picks coming through. So it is going to be Kennen into Urgot, Gwen in the jungle, okay, versus the Lillia, which means we'll probably get to see the Lee Sin mid going into the Kassadin. And that's going to put our bots at Xayah and Rell and Xayah and Sett. Okay, so now that we've got a little bit of visibility on what's going on with the teams, I'd love to talk about it with you. If you're watching the game and you're in the chat, let me know what you think of the team comps. We got Kennen into Urgot, Lillia into Gwen, Lee Sin into Kassadin, and then we've also got Xayah Sett into Xayah Rell. So talk to me a little bit about what you guys are thinking. We're going to go over it here in a minute as they round out the picks here. And that's how it's going to shake out. Now, I've cast a couple games for the Hextech Championships before, which is who is presenting this game. Kinder Rashid could pop off. I haven't seen Hong GF Esports play yet, so I'm excited to see how this all shakes out. But I know that Rashid can do quite a bit of damage here. Now, as we're looking over the teams, Urgot into Kennen, Lillia into Gwen. I am the horse saying Gwen should be miserable getting constantly invaded early by Lee Sin, Sett, and Lillia. I think you're right. I've seen Gwen in the jungle. It does not go well for her early. Once she's able to stack up her Riftmaker, she has a little bit easier time trading, but she also doesn't have the fastest clear in the world as far as a jungler goes. So I'm not super feeling the Gwen pick. I could be wrong. Maybe they've got a better... Maybe they found out a better way to clear with her. Maybe some recent changes to her have made it so that she's more viable in the jungle. But I don't think that the jungle pick Gwen is the best thing to go with. I think that Lillia also needs a little bit of time to scale up, though. But I think her influence in the team fights is going to be a lot more. I don't think you don't have anybody... I like the ult setup coming out of the side of Baladia. You've got the Kennen ult. You can work that into a Lillia ult. You can work that into a Xayah ult and the Sett ult. Like there's really good synergy coming out of that team. You've also got a lot of backline potential, right? They have a lot of dive potential with the Lee Sin. They have a lot of dive potential with the Sett. So there's options for them to execute on either a front-to-back team fight if they want to and set up with the ultimates, or they also have a little bit more dive potential to have the Sett and the Lee Sin go in, tank some of those shots, and let the Lillia or the Kennen go ahead and Lillia, Kennen, and Xayah put out some damage. On the flip side, though, we do have a good team of Urgot, Gwen, Kassadin, Kai'Sa, and Rell. Now, I will say this. I think that the Kassadin is going to be great. I love the Kassadin. He's mobile. He does a lot of burst damage. He can take somebody from 100 to 0 real fast. I love the Urgot. He can get his ult in there, especially in a team fight, and help influence that a little bit earlier. The Gwen jungle, I'm not loving. I'm open to being wrong, but I think it might take her a little bit of time to scale up, and in that amount of time, I think the side of Baladia might be able to do a bit more on the map than they'd like. And the Kai'Sa Rell, I like Kai'Sa. Don't get me wrong. Kai'Sa's strong. Especially if they, as soon as you get that Q maxed out with its damage, I think it's going to put out a lot. But I think that the Xayah Sett is really strong. Sett's super strong in lane right now, especially as a support. So I don't know. I want to give it up to Baladia at this point, but I'm open to being wrong. If you're watching the game, let me know who you think's going to win. Baladia with Kennen, Lillia, Lee Sin, Xayah, and Sett, or do you think it's going to be Hong GF Esports with Urgot, Gwen, Kassadin, Kai'Sa, and Rell? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Dumbledore saying Twisto's going to win. We got I Am the Horse shouting out for Baladia. Anybody else got opinions in the game? Let's hear them before we get into it. Because if you say something after the game starts, it doesn't count anymore. Unclashim saying, and I probably mispronounced that, but I'm sorry. I'm going to say Baladia, easy dub for sure. All right, that looks like we've got 2 votes for Baladia, 1 vote for the side of Hong GF. I'm going to go with Baladia this game myself. So let's see how it goes as we go ahead and get into the game. Okay, Ready V saying Hong. I like it. We got a little back and forth now. Thank you very much for the support, Sandus, and I Am the Horse. I appreciate the support. Just to throw this out, we do streams a couple times a week for Hextech Championship. I also stream high-level scrims here for different teams. So if you ever want to check out some content like this, you can hit the follow button. My thanks to both Baladia, Hong GF Esports, and Hextech Championship for allowing me to stream the game. And we're going to get into this rift. Let's see what they got. Teleport on all our solo laners. Exhaust on the Xayah. I like it. And then Ignite on both of our supports. So a lot of macro going on there. I do like the exhaust on Kinder Rashid. I think that's a good little pick. We'll see if it plays out for him. Let me go ahead and get everything taken out here. And we're going to get started right now. The Dark Seal coming through on Kassadin. Chilling Smite to Lillia. Challenging Smite over to Gwen. And Kennen looks like he's taking his time to buy, so that's a little awkward. Everything else makes sense, though. Yeah, we got a little pause going on. It looks like Kennen's having some trouble connecting. We apologize about the delay. Since there was a pause, there will be a small freeze in the game afterwards. Just bear with us when that happens. It's not something I do by choice. It's just what the game decides to do, so don't hate me. All right, and this game is back underway. There's the freeze I was talking about. It's like I'm psychic. And the side of Hong doing a nice little 5-point. The side of Baladia doing a 4-point since Kennen was a little late to the party, but that's okay. The Slim Pizza saying Baladia easy, to be honest. We'll see. I think Baladia does have a better time of executing their comp. I think they have a little bit more well-rounded team comp. But again, it's execution. We see the team comp, but if they don't execute on it like we expect or like they need to, it could go anybody's way still. So very excited to see how it breaks down. And we're going to get this party started as minions hop onto the rift right now. Again, Baladia on the side of blue, Hong GF Esports on the side of red, presented by Hextech Championships. And we're going to get this game started as the minions meet in the mid lane. And both our junglers going to start topside. Gwen taking no leash from the Urgot. And this Lee Sin just walking up, trying to stay in between. Denying some minions to the Kassadin there. Alright, taking it in, doing some early trading, putting some early damage onto the Kassadin. I like the aggression coming out of the Lee Sin. And right now, the only one really struggling is that Kassadin. Everybody else is pretty even across the board right now as we get this game started. Level 2 going over to the side of Baladia in the bot lane and over to Emperor here in the mid lane. So a little bit of advantage over to the side of Baladia right now. And it does look like Lillia is clearing those camps a little bit faster than the Gwen, like I had said in the pregame. So she's certainly just working her way through. Nothing too exciting happening right now as we get into the game. We've got Urgot getting some missing Q pings, letting him know that Kennen's doing some crazy stuff. Good vision by Kennen, so he knows if he's got a gank coming in. Yeah, that Gwen just a little bit behind. She's going to opt for the 6 camp clear, though. Meanwhile, Lillia going to go ahead and work on the bot side scuttle. Real big advantage if Lillia decides to go run up to the top side scuttle here and get everything going. That would be a huge boost for her, especially with her additional mobility and everything else. But she's getting collapsed on. She is able to finish the scuttle before the Gwen and the side of Hong Force or Hong GF are able to get in there. Emperor having to flash away. Now Lillia showing up to try and put out some damage. Might find herself in a bit of a pickle, but she's able to hop out of there. Emperor hovering in the area, a little greedy if you ask me. We'll find out. Make sure he doesn't die. It would be terrible if he gives over first blood here. Yep, he's going to get engaged, and that's going to be first blood going over to the side of Hong GF Esports as Kassadin gets the first blood on Emperor. And that's what we're talking about, execution. They have a nice team, but if they do things like stay in lane when they should just back, it's not going to do them any good if they're dead and got a gray screen. So let's hope that they're able to tighten it up a little bit. But that's first blood going over to the side of Hong. And look at this Kennen, up about a solid wave into the Urgot. Everything else relatively equal here so far. That is going to be the double scuttle for Lillia as well. All right, everybody, we're 5 minutes in. Is this the start you thought you'd get, or are you a little surprised by what we're seeing here so far? All right, we've got a mid fight going on. We could see a trade coming out. The flash comes out of Kassadin, and he's able to lock up the kill. That is the second death for Emperor this game. One kill going over to Kassadin, and the other one going over to Resho. This Kassadin's doing really well, and they're playing around the mid lane a lot. So I like what's going on here. The jungler knowing what to do, exploiting the weakness of the no flash Lee Sin. But Kassadin was able to lock it up himself in a solo kill. And this bot lane, very equal at this point. Nothing too crazy going on yet. Yeah, this Kennen up 20 CS. He's certainly being aggressive in lane, and it shows. He's up 20 CS. He's got the push on the Urgot. The Urgot's getting chunked out. This Kennen is working out really well into the Urgot. I like the pick. Neither one of the top laners is backed yet. Urgot getting forced off, and I'm excited to see what the buys come in for these two top laners. Meanwhile, we've got a lot going on the rest of the map. Sarcasm. All right, we've got Lillia down on the bot side, giving some additional pressure over to the side of Baladia. We have another fight breaking out in the mid. Now, this Kassadin, he's already setting on 2 Dark Seal stacks. And meanwhile, this Lee Sin's only got a real Ruby Crystal. He's not got any additional damage or anything like that in lane, so he's not going to be doing a whole lot here. Kassadin making a roam down as the dragon is getting started by the side of Baladia. Going to try and stop him from going at it. Both of these junglers still on a limited smite of 450, so we're going to have to see it taken down to the wire here, and it's going to be the side of Baladia that's able to lock up that first Drake. The second Drake's going to be an Infernal Drake, so we will get to see either an Ocean or a Mountain Soul. Dumbledore, not surprised. Twistos is too good with it, he says. That Rell is playing her heart out. You are absolutely correct, Dumbledore. And quick state of the map check-in. We've got Urgot coming back with the Tiamat. Really good to help him push. Once he hits level 9 and his W is up constantly, he will be a real threat. The Kennen doing a great job. Still up 20 CS, coming back with a little bit more. He's got his boots, a Ruby Crystal, and his component. There's the stun coming through. Electrocute procs, and Urgot is taking some damage here in lane. Lillia going for the cooldown boots, CDR all the way, and she opted for the Dark Seal there. Gwen now up in CS, and she's got the kill. She's got the recurve bow, and she's completed an amplifying tomb along with her boots, so this Gwen starting to take camps a little bit quicker now. Looks like Lee Sin about to get engaged on, has to use the ult just to get away, and he needs to get out of there, but he wants to stay and try and lock in the Kassadin for a bait. But they don't realize they're on vision. Gwen coming down, she sees an opportunity. They might be able to try and lock up another kill here on Emperor, but he is going to back and just say bye-bye. Nope, he's going to go ahead and get that last wave as it crashes. It was a cannon minion, so go ahead and get a little extra gold in your pocket. Why not? Gwen, meanwhile, topside, starting up the Rift Herald at this point. And Lily is not in the area. She's doing a little counter jungling, going ahead and taking the blue buff away from the side of Hong. Again, this bot lane, relatively equal, all things considered. Here comes Lillia. She's level 6. That's going to land. That's the ult coming through on Lillia, the flash drawn out, and that's a pretty good deal to get that flash off of Kaisa. The Rift Herald did go over to the side of Hong GF as they are able to lock up the Rift and put it on Gwen, so we'll be able to see where they decide to put it. They may want to roam top with it. Let this Urgot get a little extra gold, but they may want to give the spike over to Kassadin. Dumbledore, that's a very good question. I don't know off the top of my head. However, when we load into the second game, it'll be able to tell me the ranks, and I'll be sure to note it down and go over it with you. If I'm not mistaken, I believe most of the people that we're seeing play right now are Diamond Platinum. That being said, there is a chance that there's a Gold member or a Master member in here, and I just don't know. So yeah. I want to say that they're gold, and I want to say that they're diamond plat mostly. I think I might be off a little bit there. There might be like one gold in here or one master, but I think a majority of everybody is gold plat diamond. There's the Sett ult. There's the haymaker coming through. The Rell having to flash just to get away. She still ends up taking the damage from the haymaker. And we've got 4 members. They could be looking for a dive here as we've got Lee Sin and Lillia in the area trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, on the top side, Sugarflow getting gone in by the Urgot and the Kassadin. Kassadin starting to put his gold lead to use. Flash out of the Kennen to stay alive. Ult from the Kassadin. He's trying to keep up with him, and he manages to lock up the kill. Now we've got a dive going on down here. Teleport coming through. Xayah will fall. Rell will fall. Kassadin is going to try and clean up, but he finds himself outnumbered. Kassadin able to get the kill. He locks up the kill on Lillia, and this could be a triple kill for Kassadin if he's able to get Flayboy here. That's going to be the triple kill, unofficial, for the Kassadin. Now sitting at 4-0-0. He's a very big boy. He's got 8 stacks on his Dark Seal as well. Lee Sin trying to get away from the Gwen here. Taking some damage. Herald comes out. The scissors snip, and he is sitting on a sliver of health, and he's still in the area. Don't be greedy. Back, Emperor. Back. Thank you. No, Emperor, don't do it. All right, we're going to do a quick gold check-in if everybody's okay with that. We've got the Kennen up about 600 gold. We've got the Gwen up about 300 gold. This Kassadin's got a 1,500 gold lead on the Lee Sin. And in the bot lane, only 400 gold separating those ADCs in favor of Xayah. So, a relatively close game in terms of the bot lane. But man, this Kassadin is starting to run away with it. And Gwen doing weird things as well. She's got 99 CS, clearing camps very well. She's been influential on the map. And that's going to be Infernal Drake going over to the side of Hong GF Esports. Which means we're going to get a Mountain Soul. Twistos are not feeding. One death. Come on. All right, and we're going to get to see the Herald dropped here in the mid lane. Emperor getting double dove. Lot of damage coming onto the turret. That's the kick. Kassadin going to fall over to the Lillia, and it looks like they might lose mid turret here as they try and chase down the Kassadin. Nope, they're going to save it, and now we got the Kassadin in a bit of a pickle. He's able to R over the wall. He's trying to get away. And he's going to go ahead and survive here. Very well played from the Kassadin there. But nice trade as well for the side of Baladia to get the kill onto the Gwen. Only about 1,000 gold difference. We're 14 minutes in, so that's about, a component difference at this point. It doesn't feel too crazy. Drowsy coming through onto Urgot. He's getting chunked down. And he could very well fall here. That's going to be Urgot dying in the top lane. Lillia with the gank up on Kennen. Very well played from Baladia. They are getting themselves back into the game. And poor Sett sitting on vision takes a shot right to the face from the Rell. Not how you want to feel. And Emperor. A lot of poke coming through onto Emperor. This poor guy needs to get some additional magic resist, even if it's just for survivability in lane, as he is getting poked out heavy. And there's not much he can do at this point. Gwen coming up into the top lane, ganking Sugarflow. And it looks like she's going to lock up the kill. She will. Kassadin gets the kill on Sugarflow. We've got a fight in the bot lane. Kinder Rashu trying to back out, uses his ult. The Sett ult comes through, and that's going to lock up the kill on Xayah. Rell might be getting chased down here, but it looks like Kassadin is able to lock up the kill on Lee Sin and get the first turret gold over to his team. This Kassadin now 5-0, 116 CS, and is dominating the game. 10 stacks on his Dark Seal. I want to see that thing turn into a Medjai's now. Let's go. There it is. I love it. So now Kassadin 5-0, Medjai's Soul Stealer 10 stack. No, that's the Medjai. Sorry, Medjai is 10 stacks, and that's going to be another turret falling on the side of Baladia. So that puts Hong GF Esports up at 2 turrets so far. Yeah, I know, I get confused sometimes. It's the Medjai's. Medjai. And we've got Twistos going in. Here it is, Dumbledore. Let's watch what he does. Gonna have to try and get away. He's trying to save that vision, though. And Kassadin now coming down bot side. Emperor to the match. Gonna try and knock in this last turret, this last tier 1 turret. And this Kassadin's kind of getting away in the game. There's the Everfrost to land onto the Emperor. He's trying to clear out, but he He's getting silenced. He's taking poke, and the Kassadin just hovering in the area, abusing his position. There goes the dive. He's putting some damage onto him. He's not going to go for the kill yet, but Emperor getting poked out heavy. He can't do much at this point. And that's going to be the second Rift Herald going over to the side of Baladia, so it'll be one Rift Herald for one Rift Herald. We'll see how Lillia decides to use this across the map. And that gold lead extending to almost 2,000 gold at about 17 minutes in. Again, not quite a full component, but we're almost there. And it looks like Kassadin might be able to knock this down before Sett can get there and stop him. That could be all Tier 1 outer turrets falling for Baladia. They've got a lot of pressure on the map now, drawing them in. They're going to have to use good vision in their own jungle and try and walk up that ward line as best as possible. Meanwhile, Kassadin getting engaged on. The Rell's in the area for support. She goes in on the Sett. It's a 3v2. Flayboy takes the ult onto the Xayah, but it will be Lillia and Xayah now falling. Flayboy going to fall as well. It's a 3-for-0 trade in favor of Hong GF Esports, and they could make it 4-0. There it is. That's going to be the Lee Sin falling. Kennen, the only one safe on the map. There's not much he can do at this point. We've got 20 seconds until the Mountain Soul is up, and they might just get this until Mountain Drake is up, and they're going to go for it. They're going to get this Tier 2 mid turret falling. There it goes. And pings coming out say, clear the jungle and let's get this Drake. And very good vision from the side of Hong GF Esports. Look at that vision on the bot side of the map, blue jungle. You've got wards at the top side entrance, wards over by the blue red buff. You've got wards deep by the Krugs. And here we are. We're going to see Lee Sin come in, try and do something, but he's not able to make it happen. It is going to be the Drake going over the side of Hong GF. Emperor out of position. He manages to get out of there. It's a 5v3 as Rell and Kassadin aren't around. There goes the ult from Lillia. There goes the ult from Kennen. And they're managing to get 2 kills back, traded over. Baladia trying to scratch their way back in. They're still down about 4,000 gold. Twistos has wards everywhere. Look at the vision difference. Good call out, Dumbledore. 34 vision score to 26. Now, obviously, vision score isn't totally indicative of what they've actually got going on, but it does give us a little indication in the game. And it looks like this Rift Herald used mid. We've got 4 members from the side of Baladia. They're trying to get some additional pressure here, but they won't be able to do it. Kassadin shows up. Rell's in the area. Oh, they are able to do it. I apologize. Kennen down on the bot side, managing to get that bot side tier 1 turret. So even though the Rift Herald was dropped mid, they do still get a turret out of the deal. Remnant 340, you are absolutely correct. Kassadin up 3 levels. He's got 18 stacks on his Magi. He's got his Everfrost. He's got his Archangel Staff completed, and he has got his Tier 2 boots already. Meanwhile, it looks like Lee Sin is just working on his first item. Hasn't even gotten the Mythic yet, so that feels bad. Yes, absolutely correct. Remnant 340, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Appreciate that. All right, and it looks like people pinging around Baron. I don't know if they're going to try and make anything happen. It just joined the Rift. There's the Lee Sin. He takes it in. The Resho able to go ahead and ult away. Urgot and Kennen just kind of playing around in the bot lane. Cogrin gets kicked out of there, but it looks like he's going to try and re-gauge Kassadin. About ready to come in. His ult's up. He goes over the wall. He's trying to make something happen. The Everfrost hits, and that's a hell of a kill. Resho able to lock up the kill on Emperor. Now we've got a 3v2 coming out here, but this Kassadin's huge. He might be able to lock up the kill on Kappa, but he is able to Zonia's, and that is Kassadin that's going to fall. Now Gwen joining him. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Baladia. Thank you very much, Dumbledore. I appreciate it. You're a very sweet, sweet person. Yeah, really good trade out of the side of Baladia there. They're able to give over Emperor, but Emperor's died 5 times. No offense when I say this, but he's not worth a lot of gold, so it's not the end of the world for him to die there. But to get 2 kills onto the rest of your carries does feel pretty good. You're able to get some gold, especially that shutdown gold coming on from Kassadin, and the Gwen was doing pretty well, so that feels good. Sweet as candy. Ready V. So yeah, you've got a chance. You're only down around 3K. They're keeping the gold lead from expanding too much. It keeps hovering between 4 and 3,000 gold. At 21 minutes in, that's a component on somebody across the map. That's not the end of the world. Now, obviously, this Kassadin is doing a lot of the carrying, so they need to be focusing him. And as we're getting more into the mid to late game here, I expect us to see more team fights as opposed to just skirmishes. So I'd expect that Resho is going to be getting targeted a little bit more. But we'll have to see how it plays out. He could be the ultimate split champion because right now, nobody can really match him. Who do you send to go take on an 8-1 Kassadin with 12 stacks on his Medjai's after a death steal still? And now he's even got his, he's working on his own. He's got his stopwatch in the inventory. So he's a real threat to be able to do some additional things now. Looks like all the ult's going to be up for this next fight coming through as we have Mountain joining this map here in a minute or so. And Baladia doing a great job clearing out that vision, making sure that Red doesn't see what they're doing, can't match rotations. That's one way to win a game is good solid vision. You can see where teams are rotating, try and get a pick, and then it doesn't matter if they see you or not, it's 4v5 and you can take over. So very good job from the blue side clearing these things out, getting it going. We'll have to see how the rest of the game shakes out, but looks like we're going to have a fight here in a minute. And Sugarflow finds himself in a bit of a pickle. He's able to ult, try and get away. He's Zonya's, but he's probably going to die here, and that's going to be Sugarflow falling over to the side of Hong GF Esports. Now we've got the ult coming in from the Rell. Damage coming down. It's a 4v5 even with everybody here, and it looks like the Urgot ult's come out as well. Did it land? It wasn't able to lock up anything. That's going to be Sett, Xayah, and Lee Sin falling. That's 4 members from the side of Baladia down. The one you wanted to take out, though, Lillia, is still up. She could try and make a play for Drake, but she's going to reset and head top. This will be Mountain Soul going over to the Mountain Soul Point going over to the side of Hong GF Esports. And they think they might want to run straight to Baron, it looks like. 4 for 1, a pretty good trade. You got a couple more kills onto the Kassadin. He's looking at 24 stacks. He's feeling pretty big at this point. Yeah, Kennen just out of position there. The rest of the team comes to collapse, but after he's dead, it's a 5v4 and you can't win it. What do you do? Champ diff for sure. Nothing that can happen there. This Kassadin is just running amok. Now, I'll admit, when the game started, I thought the side of Baladia had a little bit better team comp, but in execution, this Kassadin has just tore it up so far. So I want to say, really good game out of the side of Hong GF, and they've got that lead up to 6,000 at this point. I saw that God play from him, from Twisto's Dumbledore. He was all over it. That ult locked everybody up and gave them just what they needed a chance to do to get those kills. He couldn't protect Kaisa, though. I do got to throw that out. The ultimate support would have kept his ADC alive. I'm teasing you. He did a really good job there. All right, so we've got the side of Hong GF Esports in red. They've got the Baron. They're up to Mountain Soul Point, and they've got the pressure with 5 turrets. Meanwhile, Baladia down with just 1 Drake at this point. They've got 10 kills and only 2 turrets. And that's going to be Flayboy getting caught out in the jungle. He's taking some damage, and he's going to fall over to the Kassadin now with 11 his full stacks on Medjai's, and he can't be doing anything in your own jungle now. Kakapa trying to go in there. Comes through, damage, trying to stay alive. Kaisa takes it in, but it's going to be Kendra Rashid who's going to take some damage. Test all the way, but Resho will just ult over the wall and take him out here. The ult coming out of Kennen, but it won't matter. Resho, I can speak, able to get out of there, but Rashid will fall. Now you've got a lot of pressure coming in on this mid turret. Kassadin about ready to walk in the bot wave. Urgot walking in the top wave. This is a good 1-3-1. Or rather, it looks like a 2-1-1. Who knows what it is at this point? But the point is, they're pushing and pulling across the map like they're making taffy. It's just going very poorly for Baladia at this point. They might try and get the ult here on the Gwen, but it looks like they're going to let it go. And that's a great job from the side of Hong GF. They're able to go ahead and get that base turret exposed to inhib in the mid. They go ahead and knock down all the lane turrets. They're going to do a quick reset, and they've still got Baron for a couple more seconds here. They might try and make something else happen. But even if not, they've got all the pressure they need. The side of Baladia is going to find it very hard to step into their jungle. They won't be able to do too much here. Jeez! I blinked and I missed it. Kinder Rashid getting deleted from the map by that Kassadin. Somebody said it earlier, champ diff, and that's what you get to see. Oh my gosh, it happened again. Guys, stop going in your jungle. Just defend your base for a little bit or walk as a group. Sneaky boy Ready V calling it out. He's absolutely correct. Kassadin could be in any bush. You don't know, and you got to be scared to find out. They can't walk in their jungle at this point. They've lost all their jungle camps. All the pressure is gone. And after that, I hope they've learned their lesson. You genuinely cannot walk into the jungle without dying. There's Twistos, Dumbledore's favorite, coming around. Guys, don't do it. I'm telling you, please don't walk in the jungle. I know that you just think she's there, but it doesn't matter. There's the Kassadin. He's coming around. He's going to pop the Emperor, and that's going to be Emperor falling. It's a 4v1, 4v5 on the map now. Xayah taking some damage. That's going to be Kassadin getting the kill onto Xayah. Kassadin will fall, goes over to Sett, not where you want the gold. Urgot's going to match that, so it's now a 4v2. They're going to go ahead and lock up the inhib. They're going to rotate to the top side and keep the pressure going. They've still got 20 seconds until somebody else is up. They could try and push for the win here. That's both inhibs falling, top and mid, and they're going to escort these waves in. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Why not? You're in the position. You've got 4 people. They've got 2. You still got another 10 seconds. They might just try and triple inhib them here. And they're going to go ahead and back off and reset as the respawn's coming through. Looks like the side of Baladia maybe want to try and chase down here. They know it's a possible 4v5, but they have all their inhibs down. And we can already see the super minions charging down the lanes on their way to this blue base. The gold lead, 11,000 at 30 minutes in. That's like 3-4 different items. Kassadin not scared at all. Going in and absolutely deletes the Lily. He's falling up on Sugar Flow. He's not scared. Sidesteps the Q coming out of Lee Sin. Absolutely deleting Emperor there. There's not much he can do, and he's taking too much aggro from the minions, and he will fall. That's going to be a double kill going over to Resho. And he might want to try and make it more, as he has just taken 2 more members from the side of Baladia off the map now. They can do a lot with this pressure. Baron going to be spawning here in 30 seconds. They've got Mountain Soul. They've got everything they need to get the win. The only thing they can do is throw at this point, right? I don't really see a way that they lose this unless they absolutely try to lose this. And I want to do something real quickly. Let's take a look. I know it's late in the game, but I love to do this. 16,000 gold over on Kassadin. This Kassadin has over twice the amount of gold as Emperor does at this point. And he is leading the next highest person by at least 4,000, and that's on his team. So that's going to be the Baron. Cast it for sure. Dumbledore, better support wins, for sure. This Kassadin is just taking over the game. Look, he's not afraid. His Everfrost's going to come through. The kick comes on, but he's going to keep on chasing. He's not scared of what will happen. They're going to go ahead and take this Baron buff and march it on in. This could be the win here. Ult lands, but it doesn't connect with Lee Sin. Still worth a try. You've got wave after wave of minions crashing in here. The Kennen ult comes through. The Zhonya's following through. Twistio and Sonda taking some damage, but it's going to be Kennen and Sett that fall. Now the turrets are falling over by the Nexus. This last turret's gonna fall. It's a 4v. Oh no, Kennen Rashid just barely staying alive, but he will not be able to defend, and that's gonna be the win going over to the side of Hong GF Esports in the first game of the series. The Kassadin was absolutely unstoppable. He died twice, and that's it. Well, I'll tell you right now, if anybody was watching, it is going to be... if anybody's watching, it's going to be a big surprise if they don't ban the Kassadin in the next game. Do a quick check-in here. That Kassadin sitting on almost 17,000 gold. Let's take a look at the damage charts. Ooh! 41,000, over double the next closest person, which was Kennen. And I do just want to take a quick look at the vision score because that is what wins games. Twistio, Dumbledore, there you go. He's got 44 wards out. Sett only had 26. So we've got a lot of vision coming out of that side. And we're going to get into the next game, so stay with us. If you haven't done it yet, hit the follow button. And my thanks again to Baladia and Hong GF Esports, along with Hextech Championships, for presenting this game. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of the series between Hong GF Esports and Baladia. The last game went over to Hong GF. The Kassadin that was played was just very dominant across the map and was able to snowball and get the win. Cogrin, yes, absolutely. The Gwen was by far what made the game, I'm sure. All right, we've got the bans coming through. It looks like Darius is going to go ahead and get banned again along with the Zhao. Meanwhile, we've got the Lulu ban coming out from the side of Baladia again, and we'll see what they decide to do for their ban number 2. It is going to be the Mundo, it looks like. They're hovering. They're thinking. They're waiting. Taking it down to the wire, they are going to go ahead and ban the Mundo. Why not? Irelia going to be taken out of the game, it looks like. Very quick bans coming out of the side of Hong GF Esports. And there goes the Kassadin. I was waiting for it. Bye-bye, Cass. Not again. Looks like you're going to have to try and come up with something else here. It's okay. It was fun to watch the first game. Let's see what they go ahead and put Prio on B1 here. Hong GF. Gonna... Oh, that hurts. They're going to pick Lee Sin. And if that goes mid, that's going to be the ultimate flex coming out of the side of Hong GF. How do you guys like the Lee Sin pick going over to the side of Hong GF after they just beat a Lee Sin? I want to see what you guys think of that. Meanwhile, we've got Baladia locking in the Diana. Very strong pick. Could be flexed mid or jungle, but I expect to see jungle. And they're going to also pick the Sett. Or it looks like they're going to pick the Sett. They're going to hover it at the very least. Again, two good, really good flex picks. Very strong in meta right now. Support top lane, mid jungle. So they're not revealing too much there either. We'll see what Hong GF Esports decides to come back with here. They're going to take it down to the wire, and it looks like they're going to go back onto the Rell. So there's Twistos for you. Back onto the Rell, Dumbledore. Hope you're happy with how he played it last game, because it's happening again. And we'll see what they're going to go ahead and... Rell is boring. After all that stuff you were talking about, Twistos and how great he was and all that, you're going to say Rell is boring? You want to see his Janna. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for his Janna one game. And they are going to lock in the Kaisa there as well. So a lot of the same thing going on from the side of Baladia and Hong GF in terms of the bot lane. We're also going to see Xayah locked in. We'll get into the second set of ban phase here. Don't be sad, Twistos. Dumbledore is apparently your biggest fan. He was shouting you out the entire time, I promise you. He didn't mean it. He was just saying stuff. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's drunk. And the ban going to come through for Twisted Fate. They don't want to see TF in this game. And the second ban going to come out, or rather the first ban for the second half of the phase is going to come out of Hong GF here. We'll see what it is. I don't know how often you drink, Dumbledore. Maybe one beer is a lot for you. I remember my first beer. Rakan going to go ahead and get taken out of the game as well. And we'll see what the final ban's going to come through. 1 6-pack. Ready V knows what's going on. And so Baladia are going to go ahead and get their last ban on here, and it looks like it's going to be a Malphite, but they could change it. They haven't locked it in yet. Nope, there it is, the Malph out of the game. And the final ban going to come through for the side of Hong GF. And the Volibear is going to go ahead and get taken out of the game. All right, I like the Volibear. He's strong right now. Let's see what they decide to do with the last two picks. The R4 coming through right now for the side of Baladia. I was about to say, you spelled it wrong, but I'm going to trust that you know what you're doing. Taking it down to the wire, Baladia. And we're going to get to see Viego coming on into the game. Okay. This could be the answer they need to get this series back to 1-1. And Akali didn't get banned. She's going to get hovered here. I like the Akali pick. I have a fear Akali might be going mid now, and that would be just as bad as the Kassadin, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Let's see what the B5 pick, the last pick for the side of HongGF Esports, is going to be. They've got their support. They've got their ADC. It looks like they might have a jungler or top laner. We'll decide. We'll see what they decide to pick with this last one. The Kench, Tahm Kench coming on out. I love it. Tahm is very strong right now. Likely going to the top lane. I assume we'll see Akali in the mid, and that's going to be Lee Sin going in the jungle. The final pick coming out of the side of Baladia as we get into this last phase here. And it's going to be the Camille. Maybe the Fiora. We don't know. They don't know. Let's find out. It could be the Gwen. And it is going to be the Gwen. So let's take a look at the teams here right now. We've got everything coming together. We're going to have, let's go ahead and actually do this real quickly. Bye-bye. Hello. So, we've got Diana, Sett, Xayah, Viego, and Gwen into Lee Sin, Rell, Xayah, Akali, and Tahm Kench. Let me know, based off the draft, what are you guys thinking? Do you think HongGF is going to lock this up, or do you think that Baladia has a chance to get back into it? And my day is going really good so far. I'm over in America, in Phoenix, Arizona, so I am only at 12:30. My day has only been going for a couple hours, but I can't complain yet. How about yours, Dumbledore? All right, we got Tahm going into Gwen. Yeah, you're welcome. It seems like you're hyped for Twistos, so I love to see the energy. Diana into Lee Sin, which means we are going to get the Akali into the Viego. Okay, and then of course we are going to see the same bot lanes that we saw last game. That'll be Xayah, Sett into Kai'Sa Rell. I almost said Raquel. Don't know who that is. Tahm Kench really strong right now. I know that Gwen's, relatively new champ still. She has a lot of good cut down, but Tahm Kench is very, very strong after his recent rework. So, in the chance that I put my foot in my mouth here, I am going to say that I'm rooting for Tahm Kench in this lane. Or not necessarily rooting for, but predicting that he'll be pretty good in lane. Diana into Lee Sin. Both are really good champions. Lee Sin has a lot of dive potential. He puts out some damage, but the Diana, once she hits level 6, I think she has a little bit more influence on the team fights. And she has that AP damage that she just puts out so well. So I'm excited to see that matchup. The Akali into the Viego. Both those champions pretty strong, but I think if Resho plays Akali like he played Kassadin, it's going to be a rough game for Emperor. I hope that's not the case. I hope we get to see a more even game and that Baladia is able to try and answer back and they have a chance to get the 1-1 in the series. But Resho on these assassin on these mage assassins is just not fun to watch. It's hard to watch. It was 25 stacks on his Medjais a couple times and 18 kills last game. So MVP, by the way. Resho from last game. Good job. And then we've got Rell into Xayah Sett. For the most part, nothing exciting happened in the bot lane. We didn't see a whole lot of anything going on. There was a little dive that came out of the side of Baladia onto the bot side, but Kassadin roamed down and managed to mop it up for him. So they didn't even get anything really out of it. I'm excited to see how this game goes. I think that we're going to get a lot of back and forth. I like seeing some different champions come out on the top half of the map and in different roles, nonetheless. So excited for what we're about ready to see. If you're in the chat or if you're watching the game, do me a favor and do two things. One, hit the follow button if you haven't done it yet, and two, let me know who you think is going to win. Do you think it's going to be Hong GF Esports with Kench, Lee Sin, Akali, Kaisa, and Rell, or do you think it's going to be the side of Baladia with Gwen, Diana, Viego, Xayah, and Sett? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it as we get in, because we got a couple minutes to kill here. Don't all text at once. It's okay. I'll go ahead and say what I think. Um, Man, looking at the teams, I got to give it over to the side of Hong GF. Truly, they've got the Steve-O. You're absolutely correct. I think you are. You've got Kench, who's going to be a great front line. I think he's going to have some pressure in lane. I think Rell is going to also be a great front line. So you've got a little bit more standard front to back team fighting since you've only really got the Sett. And he's not even a true tank. He's more of a bruiser in my opinion. So he'll be able to soak up some damage, but he's going to also be looking to output damage and get into the back line where he won't be able to, stand in front of his carries. But in the meantime, you have a lot of damage coming out from the Akali. If she gets any level of fed like the Kassadin did last game, like Gresho did before, it's going to get weird fast. You've got Lee Sin, also another champion who's very mobile along with the Akali, so they can get to the back line. They have easy access. Very low range coming out of Baladia. Yeah, you've got melee, melee, and then Xayah is not known for her superior range. I think she has like 550 units, which is relatively low. Caitlyn, for example, has 650 base standard. Ashe is like 625. And hell, if you're Senna, you can scale that all the way up to 800 plus and start hitting turrets before they hit you. You're like a empowered cannon minion. So relatively close game fighting that they're going to have to take. I think that the side of Hong GF Esports is going to be in a position where they can most definitely lock up the win here and go 2-0. That being said, and I said this last game, it's about execution. So even though it looks like their team comp is setting in a pretty spot, it's their opportunity to throw, or it's Baladia's opportunity to take it away from them. They could very easily execute on their draft a little bit better, a little bit easier, and get the dub here. So we'll have to find out. We're going to go ahead and get in the game here shortly. Stay tuned as we have Hong GF Esports going into Baladia. Again, Hong GF on the side of blue, Baladia on the side of red, presented by Hextech Championships. My thanks to all the teams and the championship for allowing me to stream the game. My name is CharlesEllroy, and we're going to go ahead and get in the game here shortly. All right, looks like we've got. Oh, that was fast. I didn't even get a chance to look. So we've got teleport coming through on both of our top laners. Gwen going to go with no flash, opt for the ignite. Rusho going to do the same thing. And besides that, it looks like we've got the heal on Kaisa, ignite on Rell, exhaust on Rashid, and we've got the ignite on Flayboy. Let's go ahead and get everything pulled up here so we can see what's going on and not reveal anything. We don't want to see their chat. We want to give them a little privacy in case they want to trash talk during the game. And everybody's loaded up. We've got a pretty standard 5-point coming out across the map. Early vision in that pixel bush on the top side from red. Cogrin going to get spotted out. Nice deep vision from the side of Lee Sin. Challenging smite on both of our junglers. And it's going to get cleared out immediately.
Minions have spawned.
And we've got both junglers starting on the top side again. Diana going to be starting at her red. Oh, no. Nope, it looks like they opted for a change. Diana's going to go to her blue side and Lee Sin starting on blue side. So they're going to be cross jungling across from each other. We'll expect Diana to head top side and Lee Sin to head bot side around level 3 or 4, which means they'll probably not fight over scuttles anytime soon either. All right, and this map is getting underway. Nothing too crazy going on yet. Gwen up in a little CS over the Tahm Kench. Looks like Diana's getting her clear on just a little bit quicker than the Lee Sin. Emperor wanting to play an aggressive game, but it looks like he's the one that's going to get chunked out. The Ignite already down on him, and we've got a fight breaking out in the bot side too. Yeah, so if you can see Emperor setting at half health, obviously you're low enough that you can heal up through that at this point in the game, but that doesn't feel good if you're Emperor. You got to play back a little bit. Remember what happened last game, and don't be too aggressive. Take your farm, don't let them get kills, just get your experience, and try and keep them slowed down as much as possible. And interesting, Lee Sin going from blue buff Gromp down into the red buff, while Diana goes for the full bot side clear, and it looks like she might be going for all 6 camps or at least 5 camps. So she's up in camps as well. She's got both of her buffs, and she's going to go start heading towards that scuttle that'll be spawning here in about 10 seconds or so. Some engagement coming through, and Lee Sin's able to lock up the kill on the bot side, killing Sett. First Blood's going to go over to the side of Hong GF Esports as they're able to lock up that kill on the Sett. Lee Sin doing a great job and being in the right spot at the right time. That Q landed, he took it, and it was just perfect. Meanwhile, Emperor sitting here really kind of low. Lee Sin's coming back into the area, and he might try and land a Q on him as well. The Q's going to go wide from the Lee Sin, but the Emperor is still alive. He takes it in, and Rochel's able to get a kill onto Emperor. That is going to be another kill, and now we've got a couple members from the side of Baladia matching in, and they're going to get the kill on Korgern. This game's going to be back and forth. I can feel it now. We're going to have a lot of kills coming through. Resho, Twisted O's in the area. They're going to try and lock up. There's the stun. There's the E, and it's coming down, and it's going to be Emperor having to flash and get away. He's ignited. Is he going to die? No, he's just barely going to get alive. Meanwhile, we've got Diana coming in the area, trying to trade over onto Resho. She's not able to do it. She's taking some damage. Twisto's in the area. He's having to flash to get away. No trade kills yet. He re-engages over. He's going to try and lock up the kill. He's managed to get the kill on Diana, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far in the mid lane. We've got Twisto's trying to get away. I'm sorry, Emperor trying to get away. But he will fall over to Korgern. Twistos are ballsy. Is ballsy? I don't know what the proper grammar is there. But yes, very ballsy coming out of Twistos. Great assist over with the Akali. They weren't able to trade over the kill as Diana roamed up. I think they should have taken the disengage. But Twistos going back in there, locks up the kill, trades the kill over, and everything seems to work out okay. Right now, we're at about a 400, 500 gold lead. I'm sorry, a 700 gold lead in favor of Hong GF Esports, as we've had a lot of back and forth so far. Akali up about a wave in CS. That Gwen is up almost 2 waves in CS. Diana up maybe 3 to 4 camps over the Lee Sin. And everything, again, relatively equal in the bot lane. We've got a fight breaking down on the bot side. Twisto's having to jump to get away. Playboy coming in. Kinder Rashid trying to follow up. Yes, apparently if your balls are big, you take risks. And while we have a slowman in the game, oh, what did I say? We've got Reshu going in on Emperor. Emperor running the wrong way. Go under turret. Oh, he's trying to draw over to Diana. We could have a fight going on. The Ignite comes down. Kakappa's in the area, but it is going to be Viego that falls there. Now, Sugarflow and Kakappa trying to get away. It's a 3v2. Tahm Kench eats Sugarflow, spits him back out. Gwen taking some damage. The flash comes down. Knockup comes through. Boom, there it goes. And that's another kill going over to the side of Hong GF Esports. 6 kills to 2. We're only 6 minutes in. We've got a back and forth game, but right now, the side of Hong GF Esports is up almost 1,500 gold. They've got a big lead coming out right now. Mountain Drake is up. We're going to see who goes for Prio on, and it's been here for about 2 minutes, but right now these teams are having a lot of fun just killing each other back and forth. Why not? And a lot of the action going on to jungle and mid. Top lane roaming down for some help, but this bot lane, I love the bot lane, is just kind of farming it out. The dash comes in. Emperor taking some damage there. Needs to try and get under turret. He's not able to do it, and that's going to be another kill going over to Resho. That is 3-0-3, a 300 gold bounty, and about 10 CS lead over to Resho. We've got Lee Sin in the area. Kennen Rashu taking some damage. He's going to fall over down to the Twisted O, and it's going to be Flayboy. Gets kicked. The Haymaker comes down. He's going to try and trade a kill, but he has to flash to get away. Kakappa in the area now. The chase is on. He's trying to get Korgren. He's not going to be able to get there. His dash isn't up. He can't land the Moonstone, and it's going to be a kill going over to Diana now. Taking some turret shots. Get knocked up. Trade kill back. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Hong Esports. And there's Resho showing up at the last second, locking down the kill on Sett. Very good play coming out of the side of Hong GF Esports as they are able to lock up 3 kills for 1 there in that trade, which is worth it every day of the week. They've now extended their gold lead to about 3,000. And let's do, whoopsie, my bad. Let's do a quick state of the map check-in. We've got 500 plus gold on Gwen. We've got an even jungle match within just 50 gold of each other. But Resho is up 1,600 gold over the Viego at just 8 minutes in. We've also got gold lead over to the side of Xayah and a gold lead over to the side of Rell. About 1,000 gold on Rell over the Sett. So let's see what happens here. This is looking similar to last game as Resho is getting very big. He's roaming, helping get kills across the map. There's got to be an answer here. Flayboy taking some damage. Lee Sin going in. Xayah out of position. Not quite able to get the stun onto Kennen Rashu. The E comes through. He has to flash away. Twisto's caught out a little bit, but they're going to manage to disengage, and nothing too much is going to happen there. Turret shot's gone over to Resho as he's able to put some damage onto Emperor. Emperor sitting there at a little over half health. Resho just a little bit less, but don't put it past Resho. He'll be able to make something happen, I have no doubt. And everybody, if you're watching this game, let me know, is this how you thought it would go? Are you surprised? Is it what you expected? And who you rooting for? Let me see some activity in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, Hong GF locking down the first Drake. That's a Mountain Drake going over to the side of Hong GF. Meanwhile, the Rift Herald setting over on Diana. She took that here recently. So that's a good sign for Baladia trying to make something up here. Oh no. Don't do it, guys. Yes, there they are. They're spotted out on vision. Very well played. Some damage coming out, and that's going to be Lee Sin falling. Now, Resho taking some damage, managing to get away, sidestep the Haymaker, but that shutdown gold will go over to Sett, not exactly where you want it. You've got Emperor following up on Twistos. He's taking some damage right now. Follow-up, it's 3v2, and they're not going to manage to get anything out of it. It looks like Emperor wants to keep chasing, but the other two are like, let's take what we got and get on out of here. 2 for 0 is not a bad deal. They're going to probably drop the Rift Herald here and try and get some gold infused into their side. There goes the Rift Herald. It's coming down. Emperor going to try and get some autos off, but he's not able to get close. He takes a turret shot. Twisto's trying to defend. Yeah, so, I mean, very good plays coming out of the side of Baladia to try and stop the gold from escalating too far. They are managing to keep the gold within a couple hundred of each other right now. And yeah, I mean, everything considered, we're not at a crazy state of the game right now. We've got no mythics completed. You know, Rochelle is pretty big, but not unfathomably big. I mean, he can get there, don't get me wrong, but he's not at the point where he's just going to snowball out of control yet. But it's possible. There's a chance it happens, and we need to respect that. Ocean Drake going to be spawning next here in about 3 minutes, which means we're going to get an Infernal or a Cloud Soul. And Sandus getting engaged on by the Gwen here. Sugarflow going to go ahead and just take what he can get and get some CS and back off. Up 30 CS. Shout out to Sugarflow real quickly. Nice job CSing on this Gwen. Diana up some CS and some kills. Rusho obviously very big. All right, we've got some fight coming out. Diana able to ult in. Might die. Rusho in the area. You've also got Viego in the area now using his TP. So it's a 2v2 on the top side, but we've got a fight breaking out on the bottom side, a 3v2. The ult comes through. The damage comes through. Flayboy barely going to stay alive, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade on the top side. Now we've got Tahm, Kench falling. Everything's relatively equal in the bot lane except for the Lee Sin was traded over. It's 2-for-1 in favor of Baladia, and they are starting to get back into the game, everybody. No, 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 don't do it, Sugarflow. Oh, you got to respect Rusho. Yes! Okay, let's break that down. Was it the right kill for? Was it the right decision for Emperor to dive in and get the kill on Rusho? Maybe. He had shut down gold on him. You were able to get it. That's not bad. You find yourself with 2 kills now, but you traded it back over to him, and I just don't know. What do you guys think? Would you have traded that kill over if you're Emperor onto Rusho there, or would you have backed off and just taken what you got out of the fight? Let me hear your thoughts. Okay, so Baladia now up a couple hundred gold. They're down 5 kills and a Drake, but they are out CSing. They're getting the gold from the turrets. They're doing what they need to do. They definitely still have a chance in this game, so I'm super excited to see what happens next. All right. And I just realized I still have the music playing. Awkward. All right, the E coming out from Rell. They're engaging on the side of Baladia. It's a 3v2, but teleport coming down. Kakappa's here. Now we've got another teleport coming in from the side of GF, and it looks like Akali going to go ahead and wrap up a double kill there, but it'll be a 2-for-2 trade so far. That's going to be a triple kill going on to Akali. Is she able to lock up the quadra or maybe even the penta here? She's going over. She finds Kakappa. She's going to get a quadra kill, but Akali will be knocked down by Sugarflow. And Sugarflow, in the meantime, getting some kills themselves. It's a 4-for-4 trade, but a lot of those kills went on to Rusho. Not what you want to see if you are Baladia. They still have themselves a little bit of a gold lead at this point. Baladia up a little under 500 gold, a little over 500 gold. But damn, that hurts to see Rusho get all those kills. Guys, what happened to my chat? It got super quiet. You are all super hyped for game 1. Are you just so captivated by what's going on, or am I putting you to sleep? Talk to me here. That was a very exciting play. I want to hear your thoughts. All right, we got Sugarflow getting engaged in here by Corgan and Pelanin. All right, Sett and Gwen down here. Kennen reshoot as well. We got another fight breaking out. Playboy taking some damage, pulling in. Twisted O's trying to get out of there. Kakappa going to follow it up. Beautiful ult comes down and locks up the kill on Twistos. That's a 1-for-0 trade right now. Corgan trades back over. That's going to be a 2-for-0. All right, everybody. That is a beautiful play. Baladia getting themselves back into the game. They're up about 2,000 gold at this point. They managed to get 2 kills for none there. And this is going to be a lot going on for the side of Baladia here. Excuse me. Hey, if you're playing Ultimate Spellbook, it's okay, Ready V. I appreciate you checking in with me. I get lonely sometimes, you know what I mean? I'm so lonely. And first turret gold going to go over to Emperor. Good job finding himself clawing back into the game. Let's do a quick state of the map check-in. 6,000 to 8,300 over on Akali. So she's still up in CS, but they're climbing their way back in. Diana up about 2 grand over the Lee Sin. This Gwen up about 2,500 over the Tahm Kench. And again, everything's relatively equal in the bot lane, but this Sett is up about 300, and the Xayah is up about 400. So gold leads across the board on everybody besides Emperor, but he is also clawing his way back into this game. We've got our mythics coming through now. Nothing too surprising here. And we've got fights breaking out everywhere now. No, I'm just kidding. They're fighting over Scuttle. But Rift Herald getting ready to get started, and teams look like they want to put Prio on there. Meanwhile, Emperor chasing down Kai'Sa in the bot lane. There's the channel. There's the stun. It comes through. Lots of damage coming out. Conqueror procced. He's going to get it, and that's going to be a solo kill going on to Emperor as Petalin will fall. And that's also going to be the Rift Herald going over to the side of Baladia. They are starting to get this game back in their way. You know, Akali, still big, don't get me wrong, but she's at the point right now where I don't think she can start to cut through some of these folks. Meanwhile, Rift Herald going to get dropped mid, and they're looking to get some more pressure on the map. Boom goes the dynamite, and down goes the mid turret. Baladia has themselves a dominating position as they are now up about 4,000 gold. They're only down 2 kills, and they've got the Drake tied up. We're going to get to see a Cloud Soul, so be looking for these ults to be popping up left and right throughout the game as these teams start stacking the dragons. All right, and that's going to be Kakapa getting blown up there. It looks like Twisto is going to start stacking some kills. Meanwhile, Emperor trying to get away. Twisto's going in for it. The flash comes through. Turret shots traded, but he's still alive. She's tanky. She don't mind. Flayboy not able to get the pull, and that's going to be Emperor able to get the kill on Twisto's. Now they're re-engaging on to Resho. Resho has to Zonia's. He might die here. Yes! I'm sorry that took so long. Yes, he will die here. That's going to be Flayboy getting the kill. So Gary, good play, a 2-for-1 trade over in favor of the side of Baladia. They've now got a 4,000 gold lead, a little bit over. They're down a kill. They've got 2 turrets. Baladia doing a great job of answering back in the series and trying to take this game apart. They are shutting down the Akali more and more. Last game, she didn't even die 4 times when she was on Kassadin, or rather, when Resho was on Kassadin, he died only 4 times, I believe. But now you've got an Akali that has 4 deaths just 19 minutes in. So as we get into the mid to late game here, I'm excited to see where this is going to go. As teams are, you know, Baladia is starting to run away with it a little bit. I don't want to say snowball, it's early for that, but it is moving in that direction. Baron going to be joining the map here any second, and we've got all of our team members running towards the top side besides Akali. Her teleport's up, though, so if she needs to join a fight, she can absolutely do it. Same thing with Viego. Bye, Ready V. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you again for the follow as well. Have a nice day. All right, and right now everything going smoothly. Look at that CS lead on the Gwen, up 70 CS at this point. That's kind of weird, right? And I thought Tahm Kench was going to be doing a little bit better. I put my foot in my mouth and I even said I might do it. That Tahm Kench is having a very difficult time. I mean, he's got some assists. He's only died once, but that Gwen, 3, 2, and 4, 200 gold bounty, already 2 completed items. You can feel the difference. All right, everybody's here. This is going to be Twisto's ult coming through. There's some damage coming onto it, and it's going to be Tahm for Viego. It's a 1-for-1 kill. Rell going to fall now, and it looks like Peddling going to fall now. It's a 1-for-3. Baladia doing a very good job of going ahead and fighting through these team fights. Akali has to run to get away. Is she going to get spotted out? Yes. There's the pull. Sett going to trade over the kill. Akali might try and get something to happen here. Now you've got Korgorin getting taken out. That's an ace going over to the side of Baladia as they go ahead and lock up 5 kills. They've got a 5,000 gold lead. They've got a Drake on their favor, and they are moving through with it. You are absolutely correct. That is a clean team fight. And poor Emperor, I feel bad for him. That guy just keeps dying both the games of the series, but at least this game, it is with a purpose as they are mopping up kills left and right. Uncle Hashem. I kept wanting to say Uncle Hashem. It's Uncle Hashem. I can read. Uncle Hashem. Very good call out. Dumbledore 99, thank you for the follow, baby girl. Very clean call in that fight. Great job from the side of Baladia to go ahead and lock up all the kills, get the Drake. They're doing a great job in this second game of the series. All right, Sugarflow getting chased down. Resho trying to get him, but he will not be able to do it. And I don't know if I'd really want to chase down Sugarflow. Sugarflow is pretty big at this point. Between the Riftmaker, she's got a stopwatch she needs to burst she can use. It could get weird. Everything going down right now relatively smooth. And let's see what's going to happen. Emperor in the area takes a cue from the Lee Sin, but it doesn't look like he's going to follow up on it. Baladia in position to maybe start the Drake up. You've got teleport available on both Sugarflow and Resho. Resho has been ignited. Damage coming down. Look at Resho get melted by this Gwen. Trying to get away. Has to proto belt just to stay alive. Tries to go in. The ult coming through. Zhonya's. And it's going to be Akali that's able to lock up the kill on the Gwen. That's another shutdown gold going over to the side of Resho. Very good play coming out of the side of Hong GF as Resho locks up that kill on onto Sugarflow. Now we've got all 5 members from the side of Hong GF in the area, and they're going to start up the Baron. This could be a hell of a fight we get to see. Diana keeping vision on it. We've got a fight breaking out. Resho getting pulled. He's outnumbered here. He's going to try and dance around, but some damage coming through. Unstoppable boom, and it's going to be Akali falling here. The Baron's not locked up, and they've got the chase on. It's a 4v4. Sandez getting pulled out. He's going to get burst down, and now it's a 4v3. They've got 4 members on the map, and they've got 5 members on the map. Sugarflow, still with teleport, can get in here and help them take the Baron. This is going to be Baladia locking it up, it looks like. They are absolutely melting their way through, and Sugarflow going to keep teleport here, so they will have advantage across the map. Beautiful plays coming out of Baladia. Up 8,000 gold now. 4 kills, 2 turrets, a partridge in a pear tree, and a cloud drake. The next Drake joining the map here in about 140, so I expect them to go ahead and take this Baron buff and use it to get some pressure across the map. They've still got a tier 1 turret on the top side, and they've got all the tier 2 turrets standing. So I want to see them put some pressure with Baron, go grab that Drake, and then maybe reset and do it again. They've got enough time. Let's see if they can get it done. There's the top side tier 1 turret falling. Very good play from Viego as he's able to lock it up. He now finds himself 7, 7, and 6. He's dying a lot, but he's doing much better this game. He's keeping up in CS. He's got some assists. He's got some kills. And I like what I'm seeing out of the side of Baladia this game. Apparently the rule of thumb is if I call a game before the game, expect the other person to win, because I thought for sure Hong Kong GF Esports was going to have this game in the bag, especially with that Akali as big as she is. But Baladia doing a great job of getting back into the game. The itemization coming through on Viego, beautiful. Nice way to try and stop that Akali from stacking up kills. Same thing with the Gwen. We've got some stacks working on the Diana here. So I really like what's going on in terms of overall strategy from the side of Baladia. They've got a lot going on. They're hovering around the Drake. It's popping up in 23 seconds. I'd love to see Viego more visible and actually actively pushing into the Tahm Kench. You know that everybody else is hovering down in that area ready for the Drake. You're trying to set up for a pick. But now Viego coming on through. Very mobile here. Going to get this wave pushing in on the mid side. And let's see how it gets going. They're going to pull the Drake out, get it started. This could be soul point for the side of Baladia. Looks like nobody from the side of Hong GF is going to even be in the area, and that's going to be the first kill going over to, the Soul Drake going, Soul Point Dragon going over to Baladia. Who would think it would be that hard to talk when that's all I do? All right, Emperor going in on Twistos. Twistos taking some damage, having to hop to get away. The flash comes through. The follow-up from Diana. Ult comes out. Twistos burned down, and Kai'Sa's going to get the kill. Xayah's going to get the kill. That's the mid turret. They still got Baron buff. Beautiful job. Go ahead and put some pressure on this mid base turret. It's going to fall as well. Now they want the inhib. Kakapa going in, taking some damage onto Sandaz. Korgoran getting some damage too, and that's going to be Sandaz. He's going to get killed before he can hop out of there. Kakapa taking some damage, and it's going to be Kai'Sa. Locks up the kill. It's a 1-for-2 trade. We've got Resho going in, trying to get some people slain. He has to pop the Zonias. He finds himself up against the Sett. Sett ult comes through, and that's going to be the kill onto Akali. It's a 1-for-3. They could make an end here they could make a move here for the end. They're pushing on with the wave. Baron buff's not up, but Baron be damned. Korgoran trying to get in there. He gets a kill onto Akali. Sugarflow locking up another kill. Twistos trying to stay alive, trying to do some things. Dumbledore, if you're watching this, Twistos is trying to do right by you. But Red doing a lot of pressure there. They open up the mid inhib. They end up going 1-for-3 at the start of the fight, but then as it turns on the back end, it ends up being a 3-for-3. And it looks like Xayah and Gwen going to just back out. If only he had picked Janna. Could you imagine? Instead of pulling people towards him, he could push them away. While we have a little break in the action, I do want to say thank you again to Hong GF Esports and Baladia for letting me cast the game, Hextech Championship for allowing me to stream the game, and thank you to myself for doing the casting. If you want to say thank you, you can always go ahead and hit the follow button. I would appreciate your support. And this game is going underway as we have everybody resetting. Baron going to be up in about 1:40, Drake 2:40, so we'll see a fight and then another one here coming in a minute. Right now, the side of Hong GF just trying to keep their base from falling as they've got super minions crashing in down the mid. You've got Viego working on the bot side. Akali pushing out on the top side. You're just trying to stay alive at this point. You're down almost a little over 10,000 gold at this point. You're on soul point if you're Baladia. You've got more kills. You've got more turrets. If you're watching, let me know. What do you think the win condition is if you're on the side of Hong GF? Do they have a win condition? Is it just let Akali do weird things and try and peel for her? Is it let Akali split because nobody can really answer her in the 1v1? Is it try and get better vision throughout your jungle so you can watch rotations and try and get a pick? I don't know what the right answer is, obviously, but I see Lee Sin and Emperor getting into a fight here. Korgoran going to get stunned. Damage coming down, and it could be Korgoran who falls. Yes, he is going to get taken out by Emperor. You've got Flyboy taking some turret shots over and over and over again. Resho having his own, finds herself in a 4v1 fight. Twistos in the area to help out. We've got all four members wanting to put pressure on this top side turret. Meanwhile, you've got Viego just stealing the jungle from the side of Hong GF. He looks like he wants to go find himself a Tahm Kench. Baron's going to be up in 10 seconds. Teleport is up on Viego. He could come into this fight if he wants to, if it happens. But they might be able to lock down Baron relatively quickly here. But you got to remember, Lee Sin is down. Smite is not going to be in the area of that Baron for a couple seconds, and it's already half health. He's not going to even get the chance. That thing is falling, and it's going to be Baron going over to the side of Baladia. Baladia now has their second Baron of the game. They're up 12,000 gold. Emperor is sitting here pushing it in. And it looks like they might try and 2v1 him here with the Tahm, Kench, and the Lee Sin in the area, but I don't think they're going to opt for it. They know that he's very strong at this point. He's got his Wit's End, he's got his Bork, he's got his Divine Sunder, and he's already got his pickaxe. All right, Emperor hovering around. We've got Soul popping up here in just a second. And look at the side of Hong GF. They know what's going on. They can't do anything. They've got 2 solid vision. This thing's going to get absolutely melted down. And there it goes. Blink and you miss it. That's going to be Cloud Soul going over to the side of Baladia, as they now have themselves a Cloud Soul, a 12,000 gold lead, 5 turrets, and just to boot, they've got a pretty little Baron buff that they're going to rush down the mid lane with. Inhib's already open. They're going to make it happen here. This could be the end if you're doing something else. Pay attention. We've got Baladia charging in with Baron buff in the mid lane. All 5 members of each team are here, and we could see a hell of a fight break out. Looks like Inhib pops back up. They're going to take it back off. They're not going to push for the end here. It looks like they're going to swap up to top and to bottom and get some additional pressure with this Baron, wanting to be as clean of a fight as possible. Bot side turret going to fall. Q lands onto the Diana, but she's not able to do much there. Emperor, in the meantime, having to hop in. Lee Sin having to flash away. There's some damage coming out. The ult comes through. Zonia is left and right. Nobody's dead yet. We've got a fight breaking out. Akali trying to get onto the back line, but she will fall. Kakapa falls. It's a 2-for-1 right now in favor of Baladia. That's going to be 3-for-1. Member after member is falling. You've got a 3-for-2. Tahm Kench manages to trade over a kill. He's still alive. He's the only thing on the map to save the side of Hong GF, and he will fall. It's going to be a team ace for Baladia. They're going to go ahead and whack down the turret. They've got a minion wave crashing in, and they are going to push to end here. Unless it takes them 20 seconds, this is going to be GG. Baladia has knocked down the Nexus turrets, and they are working on the Nexus. That's going to be 1-for-1 in the series. Hong GF Esports has won the first game, but it's going to be Baladia that ties it up and wins the second game. Very well played from Baladia. All right, everybody, let's get a look. The Slim Pizza saying, Baladia, let's go. Let's take a look at where everything happened here. So, Emperor, God bless his soul, he deserves that. He got 16,000 gold, and he was the richest one in the game after a rough start last game. Several kills. Still, that Akali was huge, though, right? Let's take a look at the damage breakdown here. We've got Akali, again, Resho doing so much damage, almost 39,000. It's weird the amount of damage that Resho is able to do in some of these fights. Viego, just monstrous. Good job there. I do want to take a look at some other things here real quickly. Look at the vision. Again, Twistos, even though they lost the game, super good vision there. 58 wards placed. I used to play support a lot, so I like to give some nods out to supports when they do a good job there. But absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible game. Great series. The first one going over to the side of Hong GF. The second one going over to Baladia. Everybody, my name is CharlesEllroy, and if you want to see an interview with some of the winners of the game, go ahead and stay with me. I'm going to go ahead and bring them into the chat here in just a moment. Kappa, that Diana was insane. Twistos, thank you very much. It was a pleasure casting the game and having everybody here. If you haven't done it yet, hit the follow button. I want to say thank you to Hong GF Esports, and I also want to say thank you to Baladia. Both teams playing a great game, 1-1 in the series. Quick thank you to Hextech Championships for allowing me to cast the games. I very much appreciate that. And I'm going to have a couple members from the side of Baladia and Hong GF in here. So if you want to hear that, go ahead and stay tuned. First, we're going to bring in the ADC from Baladia. How is everybody doing?
Oh, great.
We're good.
Good. Kinder Rashid, will you join me in casting one real quickly?
Casting one, sure, but I can't really press on casting one.
There we go. My bad. I got it for you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It wasn't letting me pull you in the first time. So, Kinder,
No problem. It's all good.
the first game, that Kassadin just got away from you guys. Talk to me a little bit about her snowball and what you tried to do to slow that game down for you.
So we knew that the Kassadin pick was... we knew that Kassadin was going to be picked. So we kind of gambled on it and we let Lee Sin go through mid. Our mid laner, or us as a team, thought that Lee Sin could take care of Kassadin by himself. And little did we know that it's the opposite. And as you can see, Kassadin snowballed his way into the victory.
Absolutely.
And we couldn't really do much out of that.
No, that Kassadin got up to a point where she had 25 stacks on the Medjais and just running over everybody. It was a very good game, though. In the second game, you guys came back with a hell of a response. The Akali started to get big, but you guys did not stop winning those team fights over and over again. Talk to me a little bit about your strategy going into the second game to come up with an answer for this Hong GF team.
So again, it's the same thing with most of these teams in this tournament, that they keep their top side as their strongest side, but not for Hong GF. Hong GF actually plays around their mid and their jungle, and we found out that their top side is their weakest link between their team. So we said, okay, why not give most of our resources to Gwen and let Gwen try to hyper carry. But as you can see, Akali got a bit too over control. We couldn't just control her anymore, and she started one-shotting the Viego and going into the jungle, and it was just bloodbath. It was just a big-ass bloodbath. So I think in the 20th minute, you see Lee Sin, Akali, and Rell walk into our bot-side jungle, and this is where they end. It wasn't played well by us. It was just played bad by them.
That's
so
fair.
We took advantage of that. Yeah, so we took advantage of that. We capitalized on it, and we just started to snowball our way out of there.
After that, I would say that was the play, because they kind of posted up for a pick in that bush over by Wolves, but it didn't go well for them, and they kind of got popped, and then you guys just started running with it. My shout out, please do me a favor and say a really good game from Emperor. After that first game, I was feeling bad for him, but he came back, had the most gold in the game, that second game of the series, and managed to kind of have some answers there. So really good plays from Emperor. The Gwen was able to do a lot there. She was CSing like it was her job, and just doing a phenomenal side of the game. So Baladia 1-1 in the series against Hong GF. This is Kinder Rashid with me, and I want to thank you for joining me for an interview. I'm going to go ahead and bring Kassadin in, okay?
Okay, thank you, Charles.
You're welcome. Have a nice day. And I've got Kassadin with me from the side of Hong GF. Kassadin, how you doing?
Hello. I'm fine, thanks.
Good. I'm going to talk about the games real quickly with you. That first game, you guys absolutely got snowballing with that Kassadin. Tell me a little bit about what your strategy was going into the game and how you think you executed on it as far as that first game goes.
It's no secret that we have a very strong mid, and top is kind of our weak side. So what we tried to do is just kind of bet it all on mid lane, see if he could carry through the Kassadin, and then we would play it kind of safe all other places. At least that's what we did. And well, we succeeded. He got super fed. We made plays around him and just out of control very quickly, and it was pretty free win at that point.
It was very out of control after a certain point. 25 stacks on the Medjai, several items up over Emperor, and just started roaming around getting kills left and right. Great job of just taking control of that game. And you did a beautiful job as well. I don't want to make you think it's just about Kassadin, but he was obviously the star of that first game.
No, it was about Kassadin.
Now, in the second game, you guys were doing pretty well, and the mid lane was still able to answer and get big, but it feels like there was a turning point. Can you tell me where you guys felt like the game started to slip away, what you tried to do to stay in it?
So we had like a ton of momentum coming from game one, right? It was very one-sided. So
Sure.
I think we kind of just autopiloted and thinking like we were invincible, right?
Sure.
So, and especially after getting like, I think we got an early lead.
You did get an early lead. That Akali got some stacks up early. I think you got the first Drake, if I'm not mistaken. And you guys had a little bit of pressure. So I was, again, expecting it to kind of be a snowball in favor of you. But there was a shift kind of that happened. They just started to go.
I'm not exactly sure when, but I think we just started making bad calls, like place without vision and so on. We just walk in and kind of hope for the best because we have a fed Akali, and then people start getting shutdowns. They start getting way more waves than we do, because of these bad plays. And then they're suddenly ahead. We just, instead of slowing down, trying to stall it out, farm up again, we just keep on making the same mistakes over and over. We're just very bullet played.
And that's a tough position to be in when you see that you're starting to lose the game and it's slipping through your fingers a little bit. Oftentimes you want to try and like rush back in there, but like you said, it makes sense to slow down and kind of pace yourselves. That Gwen also really big in the team fights. Into that Tahm Kench, she got kind of big as well. One last question for you. Overall, how did you like the series? I know you won one, you lost one. Were those a good series? Do you feel good about it? Would you make any changes in the future?
Yeah, I think it was a good series for both teams. It was very enjoyable to play. I think going forward we will need to maybe get a bit better at like resetting our mental after the pace of the game changes, so we don't throw like that again.
That's a fair call out.
Just kind of be aware of what's going on and not just try the same thing over and over.
Well, that's a very fair call out. Kogren, am I saying that right, by the way, Kogren?
Well, it's Cohen in Danish, but it's whatever.
Oh, I am way off. It's Cohen in Danish?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, Cohen. I can say Cohen. My bad. Sorry about that.
It's a very, very soft G.
Apparently, that's. I'm from America. I'm going to screw up names left and right in this league. I apologize. Cohen, thank you very much for joining me for a post-game interview. GG's from the side of Hong GF, and thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, no problem. See you.
All right, everybody. Well, I am CharlesEllroy. Again, that was Cohen from the side of Hong GF, and we also had Kinder Rashid coming in from the side of Baladia. It's 1-1 in the series. My thanks again to both the teams and Hextech Championships for allowing me to cast the series. Props to both teams. Yes, the Slim Pizza. They both did very well. Again, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the follow button. I'd love to have your support. I will cast games for Hextech 2 to 3 times a week, and I also do some high-level scrims across the game. Thank you. I appreciate that, Loris. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. This has been CharlesEllroy for Hextech Championship. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again later tonight when I do a cast.